What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our Let's Play world, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. Man, seems like we're making a lot more episodes now, huh? So, what are we going to jump into today? So, today, I think the project we are going to work on is one we've been putting off for about 3 episodes now, and I want to go ahead and get it started. And that is, of course, the Nether Hub. And it is going to be a pretty huge project, if, I do say so myself. But I did actually go ahead and finally plan it out in a creative world, so we can just, go ahead and build. I just need to collect the resources, obviously. Now, one thing that happened in between episodes is I was doing a lot of AFKing at farms. I actually brought in my second account, and I was AFKing him over at the mob farm, and I was AFKing over at the iron and gold farms to get gold and stuff like that for the villager trading hall. And literally right before I decided to start recording, I died. So I lost all my gear, and ironically, I had gear in my inventory, and that's what we're going to start the episode with. So what I have here is kind of the slim pickings of gear, but at least it's diamond gear, and we have literally 0 diamonds in this world. Like, check this out. That's emeralds. We have 0 diamonds. We do have diamond gear. We just have 0 diamonds. So... oh, I can actually take that too. So I'm going to go ahead and put this gear on, and I'm actually going to take the elytra off. Yes, we said that we were going to do this in earlier episodes, and it's time for the elytra to go. So we have a diamond helmet with projectile protection 3, chest plate with protection 3 on breaking 3, boots with cursive binding and cursive vanishing, and diamond leggings with projectile protection and cursive binding. So these two will not come off until either I die or they break. So yeah, so let's go retire our cape, and then I guess we can head to the Nether and get started, because, well, we have a lot of resources to collect. We can put our cape right there. Well, I finally made it to the Nether, and yeah, I've tried to fly 3 times. So this no cape thing is going to get a little bit weird. But this is our current Nether hub. Of course, this will just not do. This isn't good enough. So what we're gonna do is make this our main hub, and then what I'm gonna do is there's actually our old base is right over there. So I'm gonna make another hub, and I'm gonna make it identical to this one. So I'll have 2 matching hubs, but one is M Town and one is our actual base. So they're gonna be the same but different. So I gotta clean this place up. And I also have to kind of figure out some spacing things. So for the floor, basically, I'm just going to use red glass, because I think that actually goes the best in the Nether. Because as you can see, like, you can see down to lava. And I always thought that was pretty cool. Like, you can just, just see through floor. Plus, it prevents mob spawning, so you don't have to worry about, like, hoglins or pigmen or anything like that spawning. So, just personal preference. I always like a glass floor in the Nether. So, let me get some of this in and come back and show you what it looks like. Alright, so here's how much I got done with 3.5 stacks of glass. So it is not a lot, but it's almost like half. So probably need another like 2 or 3 more stacks of glass just to finish out this side. But I think this is about how big our platform's going to be. Not 100% sure yet. Of course, we'll have to start building to kind of figure that out. So one little oversight here. I can't actually get anywhere because this just leads up to the roof of the Nether. I don't have feather falling, and I don't have any blocks, so I'm actually gonna have to put the elytra back on. I know, much disappointment, and just use it to at least get some resources here so we can get comfortable. And I'm kind of like perched over the lava, so I got to put it back on. I know I'm never gonna get used to not wearing it if I don't start, but just to make this build a little bit easier, because let's face it, this is like the hardest build we have. Everything else over here is pretty much safe, but you're never safe in the Nether. So I'm just going to put it on. I'm going to grab some resources, and we're going to get the building. Alright, I am back with some supplies. So I didn't have too much just lying around. I thought I had a bunch of blackstone, but I can't find it. I'm going to put this somewhere safe. I don't actually have a pick anymore with, of course, Silk Touch, so we're stuck carrying our chest. But this is going to be the main part of our build. Basically, it's going to be polished basalt. This is going to be like a background, and then we're going to have some polished blackstone, and then I brought this just because, we're going to need a lot of it. I'll set that down there too. And then this is actually for our tunnel. I just kind of grabbed it just to have it. We're not going to use it for quite a bit, but I figure we can at least get some ideas about where, our stuff's going to go. So I'm thinking the best thing I can do to get the spacing for this right is just to start kind of building. So our tunnels are going to be 5 wide, so that's dead center. If I could just, there we go. Okay, so if I count out here, is that dead center? Yes, that is dead center. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and toss some of this glass down, because that'll be 2, and then that means that'll be the post. So we can go ahead and mark that, but it's going to be a block back. So let me go ahead, I'll get this in, and then we'll get like the framework, I guess you could say, of our little area, and we'll see what that looks like. Well, I did you guys one better. I even went ahead and put some nether brick in. But no, I actually went ahead and got about half of this side over here done. So I did lay out some nether brick just to kind of get a general gauge for how much we're going to need. And it looks like we're going to need a lot. But I did go ahead and get half of this in. Or maybe it's a quarter or a third. But this is the design we're going to go with. And then, of course, this is going to be glass here. And then we're going to put a chain across here and across up top. Kind of just to make it look like it's holding it together. The chain doesn't really do anything. It just looks cool. And then we had to figure out something here. And of course, these are going to go in each of the cardinal directions, north, east, south, and west. So I don't know how we're going to do these, because if I set the green stuff behind it, this nylium or warped warp block, like you're going to see it, you know, from here, unless I do like a flat ceiling. So we're going to cross that bridge when we come to it, but for now, I'm just going to leave it open. And yes, for those wondering, I am on peaceful. So not only did I put my elytra back on, but I went into peaceful mode because, well, I'm not dying in the nether. I put in this floor like 6 times and it kept getting blown up. So we're in peaceful. We're going to finish this build, then we'll put it back into hard. But I'm going to go ahead and finish up the sides here and try and figure this out. Plus I got to smelt a ton of this stuff too. So we've gone ahead and finished up a bit more of the room. So of course we now have all of the corners done, and of course we got to put these in, but we'll eventually get those in. So I know some of you might be looking at the design and see like, hey, you still have a spawnable space here because all of this, obviously glass, is not spawnable. So the simple solution to that is all I'm going to do is just simply put a piece of string up here. And, oh, I actually got that up there. But these ones over here actually do have string on them, and you can't tell. So it's a good way to prevent mob spawns, because mobs cannot spawn on string. So that'll take care of that. So I have been working on this tunnel over here, and I have extended it fully down to about the first portal I want to get to. So there's a portal which is right, it's straight through there. You might be able to see it. You can kind of see it, it's right there. But that portal basically takes you to what I think is a 1.17 area. I'm not sure, it's just a random swamp. So I'm not sure exactly why we made it. And then if you come like 45 more blocks this way and make a quick right, that is actually M-Town. So we're pretty close, but we still got a ways to go. So what I'm going to do now is actually get some supplies for this part of the build. And what we're actually going to need is, of course, spruce and spruce stairs, which we already have plenty of. And then we are actually going to need the green trees, which I believe is warped root, which is ironically right next to M-Town. And while I'm here, I'm also going to need to get some shroom lights, and I'm also going to need the land, which I cannot currently do, but we're going to need some shroom lights, and we're going to need a lot of these. Now, I wish there was a way to farm these, but I'm not aware of a way in particular. So if anybody knows of a way that would make this a lot easier, that'd be cool. Just go ahead and say it down below. But the downfall of these trees is, of course, you know, they aren't actually trees, so they don't kind of decay. So I'm going to go ahead and clear this area out, and we'll just see what it looks like. I don't think I'm going to get that much wood, but time will tell. So I cleared a little bit of that area out now, and we do have some warp stem. We don't have a lot. So I figure I'll show you guys the general design that I'm going for, and then I guess we can just start building it. So basically, it's just going to be an outline of spruce that is stripped. And of course, that's just going to match that. And then over here is just going to be every one of these. And what we're going to do is just take up 1, 2, 3. And then we'll just jump over here. We'll go 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay. So as you can see, we kind of have this design here. And then we're just going to take some warp stem that way. And some warp stem that way. And then what I need to do is just add a temporary block here. And we can go ahead and take the warp stem that way. And whoop, almost fell off the edge, and that way. And then what we're going to do is once again, temporary block, and then we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 3. And of course we're going to repeat that on this side. So temporary block, which you're not going to see anyway, so we can just leave it there. 2, 3, and then we just hop on over. And then what we're going to do is put in iron gates in front of this, or iron, iron bars, and that's going to be the design of the hallway. So it's going to provide light, and it's also spawn proof. So it's a win-win-win-win situation for all of us. So yeah, that's going to be it. So I'm going to go ahead and get to work on this. I'm going to see just how far I can get in 1 hour my time. So we're going to set a time limit, and we're going to get to it. So 1 hour turned into a couple days. Yes, that is correct. I actually ended up building for what seemed like 2 or 3 days off and on. I definitely built for more than an hour, and as you can tell by the fact that I have no levels and no gear, once again I died. Which kind of seems to be a reoccurring theme in this episode, but I think I can actually go get some of my stuff back this time. So I'll show you guys what we ended up getting done. If I have a spare elytra, oh my gosh. Well, I have 2 unenchanted elytra. So what happened was I was basically just doing one of the sides, and I fell into lava, because that's what happens. And on peaceful mode I died, which is weird because you regenerate health, but I was living dangerously, and of course I did not have any fire resistance potions at the time because peaceful mode. I thought you regenerated your health quicker than that, but evidently I was wrong. So I think we should be able to get back our pick and our sword. I believe they were netherite, or a pick and our hoe, something like that. So let's see here. You know what, just in case, I'm going to take one of these, because I think I actually do have to swim in lava for a second. Let's just go. Let's play this safe. Okay, so I believe it was somewhere over here. Let's just cruise on down here. Ow. I'm actually going to change this back to peaceful, because I do not feel like dealing with gas right now. Okay, so let's see here. I should be able to find my stuff. Oh, here it is. That was actually pretty easy to find. So I got some wood. That'd be my pick, and that would be the hoe. Okay. So as you can see, we did not get too much back. I got a little bit of wood, and other than that, that's it. So let's go show you guys the tunnel. So you guys have seen this room here, and I didn't really do too much here. It's kind of finished off the glass in some areas, and I'm still short glass, so yeah. But this is our tunnel. So the design we're going is basically a lot of, oh, there we go, I got an achievement. But we're just going for this, and then down the center I'm just going to use this warped nether route, same as over here. So I think it's a pretty cool design, and it's wide enough that I can actually fly and not hit my head. So once we actually do finish it, we can go ahead and fly through it. Now, of course, the biggest thing that I ran out of was shroom lights, because shroom lights are a giant pain to get. So we completed up till, well, basically here, which really isn't that many cells when you think about it, but it is a lot because of the shroom lights. And then I continued the spruce down to here, and over here was our next junction. So there's another portal over there, and it sits right in front of the nether fortress that we always go to. I just killed my elytra. So I built a tunnel over here, so as you guys can see, there was, of course, that nether portal there. It doesn't really lead anywhere, it's just kind of a swamp. So I did this intersection here, and then over here is, of course, M-Town. So that portal there will take us to M-Town, and then that's kind of where I ran out of wood. So yeah, that is how far I got in the tunnel, and it might not seem like a lot, but this was a lot of blocks placed, especially all this, nether brick and all that, because this is like 300 blocks long. So I know you guys didn't come here to see a half completed tunnel. You guys kind of came here to see the nether hub. So I want to go ahead and actually at least finish it, quote unquote, a little bit more than we have. So what I want to do is basically put the roof on, and then I'm kind of gonna just cap these areas off, just make the tunnels, and we'll know where we're going. So what I need is, I need some axes. Yes, I need some axes, and I need some blackstone, which I think I'm out of. Oh, we got a little bit. Okay, we got blackstone. All right, so I gotta go make myself some axes, and then when I come back, we'll start working on the nether hub. So you guys might be asking yourself, why do I need a bunch of axes? Well, for the inside of our nether hub, we are actually going to use the wood of this green plant. So I just need to cut down a lot of these trees right here and get a lot of wood. Plus it also helped me get some shroom lights too in the process, and we can go ahead and slap those into our tunnel. But yeah, we are going to need a lot of these. Alright, with our wood acquired, we can go ahead and toss all of the warp block into our composter. And that's just something I like to do, just to earn a little bit extra bone meal while I'm here in the nether. So we have that. We are going to need, well, we already have those. So let's just go ahead and, of course, make a whole bunch of planks, because that is what we are going to be using. And then I'm just going to go ahead and make, I don't know, 32, half a stack. Does that sound good? That sounds good. So what are we going to do for the inside here? Well, I'm going to go ahead and take some of these, and I actually do need a stack of this, so that's our little secret right there. You didn't see me put that in there. But what I'm going to do is we're just going to build out with a staircase off of here, and I'm going to fall off because I actually need these. I did that intentionally, as you could tell. So if I come back up here, and what we're going to do is basically make a curve. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to put another stair here. And then this is going to be 1, 2. And then bang. And 1. And then, of course, we can go ahead and figure something out here for where this is all going to meet up. So let me go ahead and get all these arches in. And then on the corners over here, we're just going to go ahead and just build that over. Just so nothing can, like, you know, walk in there and kill us. Alright, so we went ahead and got our arches in here, of course. So what are we going to put in between them? Well, glad you asked. And if you didn't ask, well, you're going to find out anyways. So let me just fly on. Okay. I'm like so scared of dying in the nether now because I've died so many times. Okay, so if we come out here, I think I can actually sneak into here. Perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is temporary block here. Yes. And then I want one more temporary block, and then what we're going to do is kind of go inside of this. So we're just going to have upside down stairs here, and then we'll fill this in with the wood, and then we'll go upside down stair, and so on and so forth. So let me go ahead and get that filled in, and I'll show you guys what we are talking about. And we are going to be left with a little bit of something that looks like that. So I gotta put that block in there, but I think it's a pretty cool design, and it kind of complements this color well. It's gonna be a lot of green, but you know, it is what it is. But I kind of like it, and I like how it goes against, you know, the basalt and the blackstone. So I'm gonna go ahead and get as much of this in as we can, and we'll see just how far we get. The corners are gonna be a little tricky, but we'll get to those when we get to them. So that wraps up putting in as many. Oh, wrong board. That wraps up putting in as many of the, of course, warp planks as we have. And like I said, it wasn't a lot, but it was enough to get us started. So this is where you guys are going to come in. So I need your help now. So in between episodes, I'll go ahead. Okay, I barely made that. So in between episodes, of course, I'll go ahead and put these like spruce entryways in, because I actually, when I died, had all my spruce logs on me. So we can't do that. So, you know, I got these in, and these were the easy parts. So we have the corners here, and then we have the center. So do we make like a tower in the center, kind of like a bell tower? Or do we just, you know, make a flat roof? Do we make like a spired roof? So, you know, send me your ideas on Twitter. It's actually linked in my info section now. Or, you know, send me your ideas or show me your ideas, and maybe we'll use them in an episode. I'm thinking windows and maybe a giant bell tower up top. But we'll see. And then, of course, we'll keep working on this. You know, we'll keep chipping away at it. That's all we can do, because this is going to be, of course, a huge project. It's going to take a while. So we got plenty of time, and I'm in no rush. And hopefully you guys aren't either, because we're going to keep making episodes for a long time to come. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you leave a comment. And as always, make sure you subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.